Hello, everyone. Welcome. It's Miss Stephanie here, and today is your first Suzuki piano lesson. How very exciting. So, Suzuki piano is for all ages. We typically start you very young, and um, your mom or dad or guardian, whoever is going to sit with you and be your home teacher. Um, Normally, an adult works with the child, although we do have adults that go through the Suzuki method as well. The Suzuki method is based on learning the way that we learn language through our ears first. So there'll be another video after this in a reading book. So it will depend on when you start as to when you start your reading. I typically, with older students, adults and teenagers and older students that are starting at around 7 or 8, I will start them in the reading book when they're done with the Twinkles. So once they've learned the Twinkles and have started Honeybee, then we start in the reading book. So without further ado, let's begin. So again, if you've not been here before, my name is Miss Stephanie, and I am a music teacher. And if you are here and I would love to have you share, like, subscribe, so that other people will be able to have their music lessons as well. Kind of have to beat the algorithm on these sites. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started with your first lesson. Now, this is the book that I'm going to be using, and I'll post a link to it on my YouTube channel, as well as in the comment section. So while you're at it, while you're in the comment section, why don't you tell me where you're from? That would be fabulous, whether you're watching it live or on the replay. So this is the Suzuki Piano School Volume 1. It's not this thick. I have 3 volumes bound together so that I don't lose them. But it's the Suzuki Piano School Volume 1, and it's the new international edition. And if you have a CD player at home, it would be fabulous if you got it with the CD. Otherwise, you can get the recordings via streaming service, whatever streaming service that you use. There's also an app that you can access on YouTube on my About section. And so just poke around there and you'll find all of this stuff. But if you could get the CD, that would be great. So let's go ahead and get started. First thing, hold your hands up like this. Every finger has a number, okay? Your thumbs are 1, pointers are 2, middles are 3, rings are 4, pinkies are 5. So if you hold your hands together, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There you go. Flip it the other way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There you go. Now let's open them up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now let's go backwards. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now, it's a little bit tricky because when you put your hands on the piano, they mirror each other. So thumbs are always 1, pinkies are always 5. Okay, so when you listen to your Suzuki recording, you're going to hear something called the Twinkle variations. And the Twinkle variations are the first 4 pieces you will hear in the book, okay? So you will hear the right hand first, go through all of the variations, and then you hear the left hand go through all of the variations. So we are going to focus on one variation a lesson. I am going to introduce you to the rhythms today, though, so that you'll get a chance to hear all of them and you'll know what you're listening for. So the first Twinkle variation sounds like this. Mississippi hot dog, Mississippi hot dog. It sounds like Mississippi hot dog. That's the first one. Second one sounds like this. I'm just going to do my thumb on this one so you can hear the next rhythm. Okay. And then the third rhythm sounds like Mississippi hot dog, but it's not. Up, pony, up, pony. Okay. And then the last one Twinkle, twinkle, little star. Okay? There you go. So today what we're going to do is focus on variation 1 and finding our way around the piano a little bit. So I'm going to flip over to another camera in a moment, but you can see from here, whether you're on a keyboard or on an acoustic piano, a digital piano, they all have the same map of black keys and white keys. You have them in groups of 2s and 3s. So your black keys are in groups of 2s and 3s, and they actually act as your map. So I'm going to flip my camera around now. There we go. So notice group of 2. Those go all the way up, and then we go back down. Okay, and then you do the same thing with your group of 3 black keys. Go ahead and just find your way up the piano. However many octaves you have. If you don't have this many on your keyboard, that's totally fine. We're just finding our way around. Then find the groups of 3 going backwards. Now, this leads me to, I'm in the middle of the piano. Okay, the middle of the piano is where your brand name is, or it's the closest to the middle. And we're going to go over this in a minute. But when I say up, I mean to the right, where the high notes are. And when I say down, that is where the low notes are. Okay, so going up and going down. Now, the group of 2, very important, because right next to the group of 2, the first one in the group of 2, right next door, is C. Aha! Let's do that again. Your group of 2, the one right next door to the group of 2 is C. Now this happens to be middle C. This is the most important C on the piano, middle C. You know why? Because it's the middle of the piano. It kind of divides the right hand and the left hand in our minds and on our grand staff, for the most part in the beginning. And it's where you line your belly button up with. You get yourself lined up with middle C. Whatever instrument you're on, whether it's a keyboard or a piano, get yourself lined up with middle C, and it sounds like this. Okay? Now, we're not going to be playing on middle C right now, but that is where our belly button is going to go. Okay, so here's my right hand, and my thumb is my number 1 finger. Now, see where I'm putting it on C? Because it's right next door to the group of 2. Now, we call this twinkle C. Middle C, and this is right hand twinkle C, or high C. Okay? And when we go to do our left hand, here's middle C, and our left hand is going to put our pinky on low C, or twinkle C with the left hand. So when I start with my left hand, I'll start with my pinky. See that? When I start with my right hand, I'll start with my thumb. Now, I would like to give you a different view so you can see. Okay, awesome. So notice that when I put my thumb on the piano, I'm not doing this. I'm not doing this. I'm sitting up nice and tall, and my thumb is nice and tall, but not like this. Like that. So if I were skiing down a hill or rollerblading down a hill, I wouldn't want to do that because I would definitely crash. I wouldn't want to do that because I wouldn't really go anywhere. You want a nice angle, and this looks like a mouth, like an alligator. Alligator. There we go. Okay, so watch again. My hand up, and that is get ready position. Get ready position, super important, because you need to know where to start each piece. So the most important thing is we go rest position is here, get ready position is here. For Twinkle, Mississippi Hot Dog, Twinkle A. Let's do that again. Resting position is here, and then for Mississippi Hot Dog, Twinkle A, our thumb is here for ready position. Notice only my thumb is on the key. My other fingers are not lazily going to sleep on other keys. No, they're standing up at the ready, resting position. That doesn't mean this. Sit up tall, ready to go. There we go. Now let's go ahead and do our first rhythm. Mississippi hot. Try clapping that. 1, 2, ready, go. Mississippi hot dog. Excellent. Let's do that again. 1, 2, ready, go. Mississippi hot dog. Excellent. This time, let's tap our shoulders. 1, 2, ready, go. Mississippi hot dog. Excellent. Now, Mississippi hot dog. I hopped off that last one. We're going to hop off every key. Watch this. Are you ready? I'm going to show you the first note of Mississippi hot dog. How exciting. The first note of your first song. Here we go. Wow, your turn. Thumb in ready position. 1, 2, ready, go. Excellent. Did you hop off every key? Hop off every single key. Okay, here we go. Let's try that one more time. Excellent. So here we go. Get ready. 1, 2, ready, go. Very good. Once you've mastered that, we go on to the next finger. Now, the next finger is your number 4 finger. Now, your number 4 finger will play on G. So I'm going to flip this camera over so you can see where G is. Okay, so here we go. G is in the first garage. Group of 3, first garage. It's in between the first 2 black keys. It's in the garage, right? C was on the outside. Aha, right? Group of 3 in the first garage. So, and let's count up. Let's see if our letters are in order, because I think they are. Here we go. C, D, E, F, G. Oh my goodness, it is in order. Oh, how brilliant. How brilliant. So we're going to put our number 4 finger on G. Our number 1 finger goes on C, and our number 4 finger goes on G. It'll sound just like that. Let's try it together. 1, 2, ready, go. Excellent. Now let me show you from the side. You will get a better view. Okay, here we go. See my finger? Not like this. Not like this. 1, 2. See it? 1, 2. Ready, go. Sorry about that. Let's try that again. 1, 2. Ready, go. Excellent. So for a while, this may be a week's worth of practice. This may be 2 weeks worth of practice. This may be a month worth of practice. It doesn't matter. The student sets the pace. The learner sets the pace. So you may learn this in a day. It may take you a month. It just, who knows? So I'm going to keep going so that you will learn the whole right hand. So what we're going to do after you get that big jump from C to G, then we use our pinky. I'm going to talk you through this and then I'm going to show it to you. We use our pinky and then every finger gets a turn and we use our thumb twice. Now, when you get your book, and again, I will put a link in the comment section sometime in the next couple days for sure. Page 9 is where variation A is. And simile means same or similar. So you're going to see that in your music. That means you use the same or similar technique, meaning you hop off every single note. Don't fall asleep on the last key. Okay, so let me show you those 2 keys again, and I'm going to go through the whole thing. Let me flip it over. I'm going to go through all of part 1. Okay, all of part 1. Okay, here we go. 1, 2, scratch my hand. Excellent. So notice I went from 1 to 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 1. That's all of part 1. So let me show you all of part 1 with my right hand again. Here we go. 1, 2, here we go. Hop, 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 hop. Really hopping every key. Okay, that was part 1, Mississippi Hot Dog. Let me show you your left hand part 1. Next time we'll learn part 2. So left hand, oh, you can see the left hand really nicely from here. Okay, so the left hand, we start with our number 5 finger. It's the opposite of your right hand, right? Because you see, when we lay them down, da 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 da. So our number 5 finger starts. And notice, I'm not doing this. My fingers nice and curly, pointing down. Sitting up tall, nice and relaxed. Very good. Keep those shoulders down, nice and relaxed. 1, 2, ready, go. Now we're going to put our number 2 finger on G. So let me turn this around. And my number 2 finger, so my number 5 finger, my pinky was on C, and now my number 2 finger is going to go on G. So here we go. So let's do that again. Pinky, number 5, number 2, and then our thumb. Everybody gets a turn. There we go. Okay. Oh, that's making a funny noise. All right. So let's do that one more time. So it's 5, 2, 1, 2. Nice and relaxed. Here we go. 1, 2, ready, go. 2, thumb, number 1, 2, hop, hop. No falling asleep on those keys. Lots of pepper. Hop, 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 hop. There we go. And back to resting position. Okay. So that was part 1. So rewind, go through part 1. You've got that. I am going to go through part 2. So I'm going to flip the camera. I'm going to tell you first what I'm going to do with my right hand. Part 2 starts on G, and we don't use our pinky for part 2. 4, 3, 2, 1, that's all we use. Starts with 4 on G. And that's all of part 2. Part 2 goes from G to D. Let me flip this camera over, and then you can follow my hand. Here we go. Starting on G. Try it with me. Starting with your number 4 on G. 1, 2, ready, go. Excellent. Now your left hand starts with your number 2 finger on G. So we are not going to use our thumb left hand. And again, rewind to do number 2, part 2 with your right hand, okay? Rewind that so you can get that part down. And now your left hand's going to start with number 2 on G, okay? And so here is part 2. Watch again, number 2 on G, finger pointing down, nice and hopping, lots of pepper in there. There we go, okay. So listen to the recording and you should be able to put that together like a puzzle, but we'll go over it first thing next time. Okay, a few other reminders that I wanted to share with you. Fingernails, notice you should have none. They should be cut. Let me get these closer. You see those? They should be cut flush with your fingers. So there should be no fingernails whatsoever hanging over the edge. 0. See that? So when I go to play, I don't hear fingernail. If your fingernail is too long, I left one a little bit long to show you. It's not even very long. Look, it's just got a little bit of white on it. Just that little bit of white that hangs over the edge makes it so that you can't get the correct hand position so that we can work on tone. Because that's what we're going to talk about next week. We're going to talk about tone and dropping our arms and using our fingers differently. So this was just learning the notes. We have lots more to do with this Twinkle. So we learned our notes this week, our finger numbers. We've got several more Twinkles to learn. We're going to do slowly, one at a time, go straight through the Suzuki book. So please be sure you have the listening material, either the CD or the streaming service. And go ahead and order your book on Amazon. I will leave a link. And please definitely like, share, subscribe, and come visit us over on Patreon if you want to join our group classes. We meet once a month, and then we meet also on Discord. So I look forward to seeing you again next time, everybody. Don't forget to practice.